Greetings, arm balancers. So again, I said I would make a video not only to remind you of a couple of the key stretches that we want to do to prep ourselves for arm balances, but also some of the strength work. So I'm going to try to break this up basically into 3 different series. But please remember, before you go into any of these exercises, you want to warm up. And I always say one of the perfect warm-ups to do is to build yourself into a sun salutation. So before you do anything, even just in the morning, start with big breath in, reaching up. Exhale, maybe a soft bend in the knees as we're starting. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Big sweep of the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. And again, repeat that. And once you start to feel a little bit warmed up, you can start to add in the step back and start to work through practicing your chaturangas. Work into an up dog or a cobra, and exhale back to down dog. Even just 5 rounds of that is perfect just to get yourself nice and warmed up. It's also a great way to start remembering how to work the balance portion of your chaturangas. We'll go into that in a moment. So first and foremost, a couple of great stretches before you're getting into arm balances. We want to warm those shoulders up. Interlace the fingers, reach the hands all the way up, pulling the shoulder blades down, elbows reaching back, palms reaching up to the sky. Bring the palms forward, and as you bring the palms forward, arch the back. So you're taking the back towards the back of the room. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, arch the back. So you can see I'm actually rounding my spine and pressing my spine back as I press my hands forward. Always, always, always start with some wrist rolls. And also really good to bring the hands to the mat. Spread the fingers wide, a little forward and back movement. As I always call seal pose, turning the fingers out towards the edges of the sides of your mat, and a little side to side. And then of course, inverting so the fingers are back towards the knees, and do a little rock back and forth. Eventually landing with those palms firmly pressed into the ground and still moving around. This is gonna help to warm up those forearms, get you nice and prepared for arm balances. Now is a great time to start to work into those chaturangas. So spreading those fingers nice and wide, come into your plank pose. And again, remember what we worked on last week, which is before we go into our chaturangas, we want to shift our weight forward, coming up as light as we can on the toes, so that we keep our elbows directly over our wrists, and our body is one long plank from the top of our head to our heels. Press back up and exhale back to down dog. So that's a great warm up for the shoulders and for the wrists before you start your arm balance work, and even before you get into your core work. So next up, we'll show you core.